Hello, my friend. I'm Felipe Dib, and today we study reading strategies. How do we analyze the paragraphs of a text to understand the text? Before we start, let's stretch. Stretch, release your shoulders, your arms. Open and close your hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Move your shoulders. Move your neck, left, right, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Are you prepared? Okay, please isolate distractions. Organize your study. Isolate cell phone noise. Sit down on a comfortable place in front of a desk. Isolate distractions, okay? Let's start. We have seen that to understand a text, you can read the title and the first paragraph. You have the main idea when you do it. We also studied the importance of reading the last paragraph to understand the conclusion. Today, we're going to analyze different paragraphs to understand the topic, to understand what the text is saying. I'd like to remember with you some WH questions. Questions that start with WH. Where, what, when, why, and who. If you know these WH questions, it's easier to get the subject. It's easy to understand the text. Where, what, when, why, who. So, to start our class, I ask you questions. What's your favorite color? Where do you live? When do you see your friends? Why do you study English? Who is your best friend? 3, 2, 1. Yes, let's talk about reading strategies. How do we relate the paragraphs to understand a text? To understand a post, to understand a message. Here we go. We have seen that by the title you have an idea of the text. By the first paragraph you understand much better. And by the conclusion you know the answer if there is a question. The conclusion shows you the answer. Now, let's see one text that we really need to see paragraph by paragraph. Because with this strategy of reading title and the first paragraph, you get comfortable. Well, now I don't need to read the whole text. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes, no. So let's see one example here when you need to read the whole text to get all the ideas you need. Here we go. This is a text about Paris. Paris is the most visited city in the world. It's the most touristic place on earth. Paris is the capital of France. It is located in Europe and it's a very nice city. I have been there. It's nice. Here we go. The Paris page. The Paris page is a website about Paris. The information is from people like you. Please send a message and share information about your trip to Paris. 1. What are great places to visit in Paris? You have to see the Eiffel Tower on your first visit. Then go to the Louvre. It's a very large and famous art museum. There are also beautiful gardens near it. After that, you can visit the Latin Quarter. It's a very old neighborhood. It has a lot of historic buildings, museums, and great shopping. 2. How can I travel around Paris? It's easy to travel in Paris. There are trains, buses, and subways. Try the subway system called the metro. There are 368 metro stations in the city. Every building in Paris is near a metro station, so it's very convenient too. 3. Where can you eat in Paris? Parisians love food. There are amazing cafes, bistros, and other kinds of restaurants everywhere in the city. You can relax at an outdoor cafe all day. Cafes open early in the morning and usually close at about 10 p.m. Paris is a wonderful place to visit. Why don't you plan a trip to Paris? Now, we're reading a text talking about Paris and asking specific questions about Paris. So in this case, if we only read the introduction, we miss part of the content. We understand that the text is about Paris, but we don't know the answers for the 3 questions. We have 3 main questions. What are great places to visit in Paris? 2. How can I travel around Paris? And 3. Where can you eat in Paris? Now, let's see the paragraph about places to visit in Paris. When you see this paragraph here, when we look at this paragraph here, it's easy to see the places. You have to visit the Eiffel Tower on your first visit, and then you see Louvre, and then you see Latin Quarter. It's important to understand the question. The question was, what are great places to visit in Paris? If you understand the question, it's easy to get to the information right away. Now let's see the second paragraph. This was the second paragraph, and the question was, how can I travel around Paris? And when I check the paragraph, I see the word metro. So we use the metro to travel around Paris. What are we? Let's check the third paragraph now. The third paragraph. Check. This paragraph here is the answer for where can you eat in Paris? Where can you eat in Paris? And then we have the answers. When I check the paragraph, I see restaurants, I see cafes. What are we doing here? We understand that if the question is understood, it's super easy to spot the answer. If you understand the question of the text, it becomes much easier to get the answer. That's why I talk to you about the WH questions. What, where, when, who, and why. Listen to I'm going to ask questions now. You listen to my question, pause the video and answer the question, okay? 1. What do you do in your free time? 2. Where do you see your friends? 3. When do you study English? My dream was every day, but you can answer the question, no problem. Who is your best friend? Five. Why do you go out? Now, you're going to watch a video, and I'd like you to get the main idea of this video. First, you understand what the video is about. Then, you understand the details of this video. Okay? Let me get my cell phone. Let me see if I have the video here. Yes, I do. Come here. Practice the free listening, the free hearing. Bill would hear you with attention without checking messages or emails on his cell phone, without looking at the watch, without looking through the window. He was always right there, listening to you. Pay attention to the person you were talking to. Give this person all your attention. Listen carefully. Listen without thinking about what's gonna be your answer. Bill never told me what to do. He would ask more and more questions until getting to the right problem. Practice the free listening. Listen to people with all your attention, full attention, undivided. Don't think about what you're going to say next. Make questions that lead to the real problem. When you talk to someone, listen carefully. Leave your cell phone far from you. Don't check your watch. Ask questions that lead to the core, that lead to the center of the problem. All right. Okay, so the video starts with the question, what's the right way to listen? And then I'm reading this book and I'm telling you to listen assertively, to listen correctly, to really listen to what the person is telling you. You should avoid distractions. When you are listening to someone, don't check your watch. Don't get your cell phone. Don't wait for your turn to speak. Just listen with attention. This was the idea of this video. Now let me see if I have another example to show you. Here. This was a message from a friend. This friend sent me this message. Hi Felipe, I really enjoyed the weekend. I invited a friend over on Saturday. She's my co-worker and she's very nice. We played tennis in the morning and stayed at the tennis club for lunch. Then we practiced yoga and walked in the park. In the evening, we watched a movie and cooked a big dinner. We talked a lot, but we didn't talk about work. and we didn't watch TV all day. Then, on Sunday, I studied English and cleaned the house. Hey, you didn't call me on Sunday. Call me soon, okay? Tell me about your weekend. Mary. So, Mary sent me a message talking about her weekend. She started saying, "Hey Felipe, I really enjoyed the weekend." And then she gives details about her weekend. I invited a friend. We played tennis. We talked a lot. We had lunch at the tennis club. We cooked a big dinner. We didn't watch too much TV. And then she talks about Sunday. On Sunday I cleaned the house. And Mary tells me, "Felipe, you didn't call me. Call me soon, okay? How was your weekend?" She asked me. So from this text, you understand that first, Mary is talking about the weekend. Second, Mary had a nice weekend. Third, Mary asked me about my weekend. Do you see how we understand the main idea and then we go to details? Main idea, the weekend. Details, played tennis, she cleaned the house, she cooked a big dinner. Do you understand? 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We are talking about how to read and understand a text by comparing, by understanding the different paragraphs. Here we go. Let me just write here. Reading strategies. Professor Felipe Dib. I love this noise. Do you like this noise? Let's enjoy together. Okay, here we go. First, I'd like to start talking about WH questions. Again, my goodness. Yeah, because with WH questions, we understand the questions. When we understand a question, we are more prepared to have a correct answer. So let's remember WH questions. Questions that start with WH. What? Where? When? Who? When you know these questions, you were more prepared. What's your favorite song? Where do you have lunch? When do you sleep? Who is your best teacher? Why do you talk to your parents? Okay. All right. Please pause the video and answer these questions. You can answer in Portuguese, no problem. You can answer part in Portuguese, part in English, no problem. Okay? Please participate, speak, listen to your voice. Okay? The more you participate, the more opportunities you have. Here we go. Now, let's analyze a text. I'm going to invent a text here, and we're going to analyze it together, okay? The title is Sleeping Necessary? We are going to see the title, the introduction, the development, and the conclusion, okay? We're going to see the whole text now. Is sleeping necessary? Recent studies have talked about the effects of sleeping. They have analyzed different people from different countries. What are the answers? Why are they studying it? This is the introduction of the text. Recent studies have talked about the effects of sleeping. They have analyzed different people from different countries. What are the answers? Why are they studying it? This is the intro. Copy the introduction on your notebook, okay? Copy. Second paragraph now. It's surprising to see the different habits. Some people sleep for 8 hours and others prefer to sleep for 9 hours. The ones who slept for 5 hours say it's not enough. It's surprising to see the different habits. Some people sleep for 8 hours and others prefer to sleep for 9 hours. The ones who slept for 5 hours say it's not enough. So with this paragraph here, we see that people sleep for 8 hours and for 9 hours. And the ones who slept for 5 hours comment that 5 hours of sleep are not sufficient. 5 hours is not enough. Let's see the third paragraph. Let's continue. Third paragraph now. It's interesting to see that some of those who sleep for 8 and 9 hours also complain saying that they feel tired during the day. What should they do then? Let's read. It's interesting to see that some of those who sleep for 8 and 9 hours also complain, saying that they feel tired during the day. What should they do then? Sorry, copy the paragraph, okay? You can pause the video and copy the paragraph. We're going to the third paragraph. First paragraph. Researchers have analyzed different people from different countries. And they are seeing the sleeping habits of these people. The second paragraph was, people say they sleep for 8 hours a night and others sleep for 9 hours a night. But some people say they sleep for 5 hours a night and they feel tired during the day. This was the second. The third paragraph was, the research shows that even those who sleep for 8 hours a night complain, saying that they feel tired. What should they do then? And then we continue. Studies have shown three ways to improve someone's sleep. Have a dark place to sleep. Close the curtains and door. 2, turn off your electronics. Turn off your electronics. TV, cell phone. 3, go to bed and wake up at the same time. Studies have shown 3 ways to improve someone's sleep. 1, have a dark place to sleep. Close the curtains and door. 2, turn off your electronics, TV, cell phone. 3, go to bed and wake up at the same time. If you go to bed at 9 p.m. every day, 9 p.m., go to bed. Wake up at 6 in the morning. I wake up at 5:40. So every day at 5:40 I wake up. It's a routine. Now let's see the conclusion of the text. Sleeping is essential. A good night of sleep will give you the energy you need. Some scientists say sleeping is our superpower. The question is, are you sleeping? Well, this is the conclusion. Sleeping is essential. A good night of sleep will give you the energy you need. Some scientists say sleeping is our superpower. The question is, are you sleeping well? So, the title, Is Sleeping Necessary? The answer is yes. The text is showing us that we must sleep for 8 hours. We must turn off electronics. We must sleep at a dark room, close the curtains, close the door. And the text also tells us we need a routine. Go to bed at the same time. Wake up at the same time. And the last question is to you. Are you sleeping well? Sleeping is necessary, my friend. It's good for your growth. It's good for your memory, for your concentration, for your energy. Are you sleeping well these days? 3, 2, 1. Hello, my friend. We are talking about analyzing paragraphs to read a text, to understand the ideas, the content of a text. Now, I'd like you to read this situation here. How do you describe this situation? Please tell me 5 different things about this place here. Three, 2, 1. Yes, it's so good to see you here. I love when you finish our classes. So today we learned how to analyze a text and understand the topic, understand the message. It's easy. The text starts with the title, then you have the introduction, then you have the development of this text, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs, and the last paragraph is the conclusion. Today we studied how to relate the paragraphs to understand the text. If you have questions, please comment your questions here. We are here to serve you, my friend. Okay? Thank you very much. I'm Felipe Dib. See you next class.